Welcome back to the Versus series, Chaos Gaming. Today we have two of the most recognizable ladies in the fighting game genre. You guys have asked for this, a lot of you. Chun Li and Mileena. But have you ever wondered which one would actually win in a one-on-one showdown? So today we're going to be taking a detailed look at these two characters and seeing just who has the upper hand in the fight. Just like the other entries. We are going to go category by category, and at the end, I will give you my final verdict. You also keep score as we go, and you let me know your final verdict. I mean, let me know who you think is going to win as well. Drop a like. Make sure you're following the page. Check out the Versus playlist. We're doing a lot of them. We've done some iconic ones so far. You guys be sure to check them out and give us suggestions on who you want next. All right. Category 1. Background. Now, it's a common practice in fighting games to give characters an interesting background or perhaps some interesting family history, and that's true of both Chun Li and Mileena. Now, Chun Li is an Interpol officer and, of course, martial arts expert who has dedicated her life to taking down M. Bison, who killed her father when she was younger. Meanwhile, Mileena is the adopted daughter of Shao Kahn. It was created by the sorcerer Shang Tsung, basically to be an improved clone of Katana. So while Chun Li definitely has a prestigious history and a lot of dedication, she's only human. Mileena, on the other hand, was handcrafted by Shang Tsung as a hybrid of human and Tarkatan, the most famous being Baraka. Plus, all that being said, Mileena grew up around incredible power, and she herself is far above the capabilities of a normal human. I think it's safe to say that right out of the gate, Mileena is getting a point because of her background. 1 point to Mileena. Next category is fighting style. Now, this is where things get interesting. Mileena, a ferocious fighter, often using sheer speed and power to overwhelm her enemies. Chun Li, on the other hand, is more methodical and traditional with her fighting. According to Street Fighter lore, Chun Li is an expert in Tai Chi, Karate, Judo, Taekwondo, and Capoeira. Plus, she's an expert with firearms thanks to her history with Interpol, although she's rarely seen actually using guns in the game. So, what about Mileena? Well, she doesn't have any specific fighting style. Rather, she just throws herself at the enemy and digs into them. Now, granted, this is an extremely effective strategy, and her ferocity has won her countless battles, but most everybody's going to agree that Mileena's fighting style is way less controlled than Chun Li. Chun Li is way more composed during combat. She pulls from her training to assess the next move, while Mileena is like a rabid animal just using brute force. And as any martial arts expert will tell you, brute force can only get you so far. So, 1 point for Chun Li in fighting style. The next category is weapons. Now, both characters are experts at hand-to-hand combat. Fist and feet aren't the only things that matter in a fighting game. Mileena not only has her razor-sharp teeth, but she also has her signature blades. Now, throughout the Mortal Kombat series, she's also been seen firing sharp projectiles from her mouth as a ranged attack. So, how does Chun Li counter that? Well, she really doesn't. She does have some ranged energy attacks in certain Street Fighter games, but she really doesn't have the arsenal that Mileena does. So even though Chun Li might be able to hold her own in a hand-to-hand combat, everyone should know that getting stabbed hurts a lot more than getting punched. 1 point, Mileena. Next category is the mindset. Now this kind of goes back to what we discussed in the fighting style segment. Mileena is all about ripping her enemies apart, getting right into the action, whereas Chun Li is more of a strategist. After all, she's a respected Interpol officer, and she's been one of the main heroes of the Street Fighter franchise ever since Street Fighter 2. Chun Li knows how to get the drop on her enemies, while Mileena, well, more short-sighted. In fact, Mileena's lack of forward planning has gotten her into serious trouble throughout the Mortal Kombat franchise. She's often driven by jealousy of her sister Katana, and that even got her killed in Mortal Kombat 2, although she was later resurrected. Mileena has been part of more complicated plans, but she's not really part of the brainstorming process, if you guys get my drift. Chun Li has the mindset of a master, while Mileena still has a mindset of an apprentice. 1 point, Chun Li. And the final category, the backup. Now, it may be a little undignified to call your buddies into a fight, but when the chips are down, you're going to do whatever you can to win. So, if Chun Li and Mileena were to call in backup, who would join the fight? On Chun Li's side, we've got Ryu and Cammy, two of the strongest characters in the Street Fighter universe, as well as Karen, Jin, and Guile. On the other side of the ring, Mileena's backup includes Shao Kahn, Quan Chi, Shang Tsung, Baraka, Goro, Shinnok, Scarlet, Noob, Sabot, Cabal, and many, many more. Chun Li may have some tough allies, but Mileena simply has way more raw power in her corner. I mean, having Shao Kahn on your side could be a fight winner on its own, let alone having people like Shang Tsung and Quan Chi. 1 point for Mileena in the backup category. Now, it may not be that respectful to call your friends in during a fight, but put simply, Mileena's friends would end the fight before it started. And now we arrive at the final verdict. This was probably the hardest final verdict to come up with so far, and we've done some good ones, Master Chief and Doom Guy to be specific. On one hand, Chun Li has an advantage in a true one-on-one, hand-to-hand fight. I truly believe that. If there's no weapons and no backup, Chun Li wins. However, that's usually not how things work out. If Mileena is allowed to use her blades or her teeth, all she needs is one opening, and Chun Li is dead. Now sure, Chun Li is an expert fighter, but how long can she keep Mileena at bay before she starts getting sliced up? And if Mileena starts losing and calls in backup, good luck holding your ground against some of the toughest characters in the Mortal Kombat universe. Now ultimately, I think Mileena has a slight edge in the fight. If it was totally fair, hand-to-hand fights, I mean like Street Fighter, Chun Li would win. But if there's no rules and they had to fight to the death like in Mortal Kombat, Mileena wins. It would be really tough as a battle, but ultimately, I'm not going to cop out here. I have an answer. I think Mileena is the one walking away in one piece. So in the verses of Chun Li versus Mileena, Mileena is your winner. Let me know where you agree or disagree, and let me know who you'd like to see pitted up next in the Versus series, and I'll see you guys soon.